Hello, I'm Eddie Mann.
And I'm Trish Da'Dish.
And this is FKS News.
Today in FKS News, violent restaurant assaults in Palm Springs, Temple, Texas, and Columbus, Ohio.
COVID-19, a mysterious and invasive transformer virus mutating from Delta to Megatron, a COVID redux that is...
Wait, Eddie, it is not Megatron. It is the Omicron that's the virus. Megatron is a cartoon character.
Oh, yes. A COVID redux that is extending our virus fatigue. The result has been panic, anxiety, and anarchy as the most privileged of us become irritated, combative, irrational, and entitled.
Spurred on by misguided political propagandists, many resort to violence to get their way. There's a rash of restaurant assaults, both verbal and physical, happening across the globe.
Case in point. Palm Springs police are investigating a violent attack on a restaurant worker over a customer vaccination status. A customer punched a restaurant employee at the Purple Room Supper Club for being denied for allegedly not showing proof of vaccination status. Now, the restaurant spokesman, David Perry, told the local news station he instantly became very belligerent. He physically punched one of our employees, he said. Then he said, "I'm tired of you effing liberals," and some other choice words, and actually tried to force his way into the club.
In another case in Temple, Texas, a restaurant worker was doused in the face with hot soup. As the victim explains in her TikTok, it was a frightening, embarrassing, and painful experience.
It took a second for everything to hit me, but my eyes were burning, my nose was bleeding, I was in a lot of pain, and by the time I wiped it away and could almost see again, there were already customers and staff outside following her out.
That's a hot mess.
Yes, indeed it is.
But fortunately, the attacker has been apprehended. But unfortunately, the attacks do not stop there. 3 Texans were visiting New York and were arrested for allegedly assaulting a 22-year-old host of Manhattan's Carmine's Italian restaurant. What brought on the attack? Well, the host asked to see their vaccination cards.
So you mean to tell me that these alleged perpetrators from Texas were offended by vaccine mandates?
Sadly as it is, yes, they were, and it is just awful. 3 Texans vacationing in New York stopped for a nice meal, and it all goes south. To our next story, lastly, December 2nd, 2021, Columbus, Ohio, a crab boil restaurant. A customer interacts with the restaurant manager and is seen here checking her phone. Then, out of nowhere, the store manager is knocked all kinda sideways with a wound-up sucker punch. Or perhaps that's a mollywhopper.
I think the proper word for that, Eddie, is she was cold-cocked.
Perhaps even better, she was pimp-slapped. Maybe that says it best. Pimp-slapped with the power of a raging southpaw. Do not be shocked. I'm sure she's more shocked than you were.
I do believe she is. What would cause a customer to react so violently?
Well, the crab boil manager told local news station 10 TV News that the customer came in for some takeout food, inserted her card into the reader, but removed her card too quickly. That likely left a charge and a pre-authorization on the customer's account. Now, the video showed the manager trying to explain the pre-authorization would drop off the customer's account. But this was to no avail. The irate customer's response was swift and brutal.
However, justice is being served. The Columbus Police Department has identified the perpetrator and has charged her with assault and disorderly conduct.
When will these senseless acts end? Will the unsavory unrest end with the end of COVID?
Or will it become the new normal, only to be quelled by the ruthless and menacing police state?
Let's hope not the latter. But till next time, this is Eddie Mann.
And I'm Trish Da'Dish with FKS News.